I'm back, and I'm actually doing the vlog a day early because the show got canceled today because there was a bunch of thunderstorms, and I would rather do it a little bit earlier tonight than super late tomorrow night because tomorrow's a 2-show day. So today we had voice and acting. We learned a couple more rib stretches, which are super beneficial because I know in voice you always talk about in voice lessons specifically, you always talk about breathing from your diaphragm and expanding everything, and it kind of related heavily today to what we were doing because we were basically training our ribs to be able to stretch farther so we can take in deeper breaths and speak longer without having to take in an inhale. And it was super interesting how you can really feel a difference in the movement once you've stretched it out, because we stretch the sides, we stretch the back, and we stretch the front sternum, like right here. And then we had acting. We're going in the order she gave us of the scenes. I didn't get to go today, but we got to watch 3 groups go, and it was really interesting because we're all doing vastly different scenes. And it's super interesting to kind of watch everyone else's process and how they kind of delve into the language and the blocking. And I spent time with my scene partner today, and we basically just sat down and looked at the scene and we're like, what does it mean? What does it mean? What am I trying to do with this line? What is this tactic? What am I actually thinking here? Do I really understand what's being said? And things like that. And we kind of started blocking a little bit, but then we had to run off and do our own things, but we are going to get together again soon and continue blocking the scene and working with the characters, which I think is super cool. And then I had a break today, so I went with one of my friends here, Jenny. We went and we saw Ocean's 8, which I was a little worried about because I really like Ocean's 11, and I didn't want a remake to kind of ruin it, but it was actually, I really enjoyed myself. It was a very funny movie, full of a very talented cast. And then I came back and heard the news that the show was canceled, so I've been here. I Skyped with my family. I've been here just working on some stuff, sending out some emails, doing some work like that, and yeah, we had our last day of clowning on Friday, which was really, really sad. But this week we are moving into stage combat, which I'm super excited about. I'm really interested to kind of see the process here and how we learn things and what exactly we're going to be doing. And this week we perform epics on Friday, which is going to be super fun. And then we move on to Director Apprentice scenes and Shakespeare scenes, which kind of happen simultaneously. Director Apprentice go up before Shakespeare, but they start around the same time. And this week in acting, we're just going to be continuing scenes. This past week, we didn't have viewpoints, which is really sad because I really, really like that class, but we have it back this week. Super excited to see Donnie again and learn more about our bodies, and I think we're moving into vocal viewpoints as well, so it's going to be like attaching the voice to what we've talked about with like tempo, kinetic response, spatial awareness, and all of the other physical viewpoints. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else coming up this week. We have opening night for Servant. We did previews. Previews started this past Wednesday. We're getting through a week of previews, and then we have opening night on Wednesday. We have an opening night party too, which I think is going to be fun, because it's just having everybody come, socializing, having a good time after the show's over. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. The cast is super nice. I can now, I think, say that I'm an expert cravat and tire and corset lacer. And I've also learned how to sew in a pinch because we had one of the hooks pop off the other day, and I had to sew it really, really fast to fix the costume and keep it together. So, sewing under pressure. I also learned how to work a steamer because we steam the clothes because we can't have an iron in the trailer where we have the actors because there's not really a lot of space. So the steamer is more convenient for that. So yeah, that's about that with servant things. I've been spending time there when I'm not helping with cook change or helping people with any costume issues, just memorizing monologues, reading scenes, reading Shakespeare. We have play reading again on Monday, so that's going to be fun. We're moving into talking about the War of the Roses because we just read Henry VI Part 1. And we're going to kind of talk about the trilogy and how it fits together and all of that, so that's exciting, especially because our final project is Edward III, so it's another history connected. I mean, he comes before all of the other histories, but it kind of fits into the grand scheme of things and how everything works. So yeah, I think that's about it. Still crazy busy, still keeping a little bit crazy hours, but I am having a lot of fun. I'm learning. I cannot say this enough. I'm learning so much here from all the different teachers, and they're just all so amazing, and they all know what they're doing so well, and they can just articulate it and help you to grow and to move past things. So I think that's really cool. So yeah, that's about it. We will see what the next week brings. It's going to be a little bit busier because we have an opening night and a performance, but we'll see. Bye!